The story is about a girl who lives in a remote fishing village in Denmark. She lives with her mom and dad. Her mom is in a wheelchair and she's sick. She has a very restrained life. Then Marie, the main character, she suddenly starts feeling some symptoms of a disease that starts progressing through the film, and she finds out that she has the same disease as the mother. And what happens is that she starts investigating on the connection between her and the mom, and then things starts escalating into something spectacular. The idea was I wanted to make a film about a young girl, and I wanted to put a young girl in this realistic universe, and I wanted her to develop into a character where she comes to terms with her surroundings, and I wanted to put some visuality into her progression and her transformation, which is why I planted this beast inside of her that could grow throughout the film. The script was created from this character based on this Marie, the girl, and then it was based on having a beast, some sort of creature, and make that sort of connection in the film. And then the environment was a big player for me in the beginning. I went to with my script writer. I went to the place to research on all the locations, all the environment, all the characters before starting the draft. So those three things combined what created the story, and the intentions of the story is made out of it's of course created out of the relationship between the characters and where they are and the lies and the intrigues of what's going on in the film. It's tricky because I wanted a girl from that region. It was very she knew how to behave in that region, and that she didn't have to pretend being from that region, but actually was from that region. So I had 400 girls for casting, and she was the one I chose. And I spent a year and a half on getting to know, how we can make this movie, because she's in almost every 90% of the film. So it was important that a 70-year-old girl could deliver both the subtleness that my main character Marie has, but also the wildness, the expressive acting that the creature becomes at the end. So that was a balance without ruining her innocence. That was a great balance. The hardest part is getting the money. That's for sure. That's the tricky part, because you have to get from so many different places, and one place is depending on the other. And but as soon as you get one, it's a domino effect. But before getting the first one, it's tricky. But the process we did it, I think, was super interesting, because we spent a lot of time on script writing, a lot of time on development, time on screening, test screening our main character. I think what is very important is that you spend enough time on developing script and idea before just going out and shooting something. I learned everything in those 1.5, 2 years I developed the film, everything. So normally I'm a very impatient guy and would just go out and do it. But because I had to use this time, I learned really a hell of a lot. I don't see it particularly as a horror film, to be quite honest. I see it as a thriller, drama, mystery. I know this film, it has a horror clash somewhere, but it's not like a horror film. For me, it was just an important little story in an important little environment that I thought was super interesting. Of course, when you want to make a feature film, you have different things. You have different feelings for all of them. I have now 3 or 4 projects. I don't know which ones gets to made the first, but of course you only do something that your heart is into, and then you have to see what comes first. And this came first. You have to be fully motivated about your story and how you want to do it for many years, and not just for a couple of weeks. You're your own master of disaster, so to speak. So everything is up to you, more or less. So it has to be done by. It's a whole different kind of heart and passion. I started being a runner and a production assistant 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago. And then I started doing short films immediately after. And then I studied film in London. And yeah, I went to a film school in Denmark called Super 16. And then I've done commercials for 15 years, music videos and short films. It's shot on Alexa, and I use some old lenses, some pan crooks. You know, it's Cook lenses from the 50s, I think, rehoused. They are very soft and very. They have a very, interesting look that breaks the digital texture and becomes more filmic, I think. So we tested those lenses, and very simple lighting, very simple filtering, very simple everything. Yeah. I think Steven Spielberg said it the best when he said, "You know what? Wear comfortable shoes." I like that sentence a lot, not because of the shoes, but because I think it's important to have comfortable shoes. You have to feel comfortable, so you have to wear comfortable shoes, I think, to take that.